and welcome to PA Academy. So in this video we are going to be looking at the concept of Gauss elimination in solving linear equation. Alright, and we are going to be using a different example to explain the concept, and we are also going to be looking at different method that we can use to solve linear equation. So right here is the first example we are going to be using to explain this concept. So now what we are going to be having, once you have your three equations like this, just go ahead and identify them. So let's call this our equation 1, let's call this our equation 2, and let's call this our equation 3. All right, so what we want to do now is we are going to pick the equation in twos. All right, so you can decide to work with equation 1 and equation 2 and equation 3, and then equation 1 and equation 3. It all depends on you. So at the end of this video, you have proper understanding on how best to pick them, right? Because you're going to pick them in two. All right, then you go ahead and simplify them further. Okay, so for this now, what we are going to be using is I'm going to be combining equation 1 and equation 2. All right, so in doing that, so what I want to do now is I'm going to be multiplying. So let me write it here. So I'm going to be having multiply equation 2 by 3. All right, so basically what I'm trying to achieve, okay, so if we should do that now, the reason I'm multiplying equation 2 by 3 is because I want to combine. So let me also write that. So I want to combine equation 1 and 2. All right, now in combining equation 1 and 2, I want to do it such that I'm going to be subtracting equation 2 from equation 1. All right, so in doing that, such that one of these values will be eliminated, either the x, y, or z will be eliminated. So for this, I want to let this to be eliminated. All right, so with that, that's why we are having this multiply equation 2 by 3. All right, in doing that, our equation can be written as, remember I'm combining equation 1 and 2, so we are going to be having minus 3x plus 11y plus 7z equals to 2. This is our equation 1. So for equation 2 that we are multiplying by 3, we are going to be having minus 3x plus 15y minus 9z equals to 3. All right, so with what we've just done now, so this is our new equation 2 rather, so I can just call it equation 4, but let's just leave that. Now what we are having here, okay, is similar to what we are having here because we multiplied this all through by 3. Okay, so don't let that confuse you. So what we want to do next is I want to subtract this our new equation 2 from equation 1. So we can just do that like this. So minus 3. So if I should put in this negative sign here to subtract them. Okay, so we are going to be having minus 3x. So right here we are going to be having minus 3x minus minus 3. Okay, and that will give us, it will cancel out. Okay, so you can see that's minus 3x minus minus 3x. So you can see that will be minus 3x plus 3x, and that will give us 0 because this is plus. Minus times minus is plus, so just take note of that. All right, so this will just cancel out. Now we are having 11y, so 11y right here minus 15y, so that will give us minus 4y. Okay, so next we are having 7z minus 9, so that's the same thing as having 7z minus 9z, so that's 7z plus 9z, and that will give us 16, so that will be plus 16z. Okay, and then that will be equals to 2 minus 3, and that will give us minus 1. All right, so with this now, we can also rewrite this. Okay, so if I should multiply everything by minus 1, so we can also rewrite this as 4y minus 16z equals to 1. So let's note this. Let's just name it our equation 4. So take note of that. So what we've just done now is we've been able to combine equation 1 and equation 2. So what we are going to do now is to combine equation 1 and equation 3. Okay, so in doing that, I'm going to rewrite our equation 1 and equation 3. Okay, so you can see, let me write it here, that's combining equation 1 and 3. Okay, so our equation 1 is, so let me just copy this. This is our equation 1. So copy. So I'll come here and let me just paste it here. Okay. Right. So let me also go and copy our equation 3. Okay, so copy. And then, alright, so we have our equation 3 right here. Alright, so now what we want to achieve now is not in all cases you might need to subtract maybe the equation 1 from equation 3 or equation 2 from equation 1. Sometimes you might need to add. What you just need to take note is that one of these values, either the x, y, or the z, must cancel out. Okay, so in this case now, what we are going to do is we are going to add. So let me just write it here, that's add. Okay, let me use a different color. So let me write it here, that's add equation 1 and 3. All right, so remember in the previous one we did subtract, so now we are adding, and the reason why we are adding is because by the time we add this up, okay, so I don't want to rewrite the equation again, so let me just put it here like this. So if you should add this up, if you should add equation 1 and 3, we are having minus 3 plus 3, and that will give us 0, so this can cancel out. Okay, so with that we are going to be having 11y right here plus 3y, and that will give us 14y, and then 7z or z plus minus 3z, that would give us plus 4z, then equals to 2 plus minus 1, that will give us 1. Okay, so with this now we'll take this as our equation 5. All right, so guys, if you are finding value, please give the video a thumbs up. All right, so now the next thing we want to do now is we want to combine. So I'm going to be combining equation 4 and 5. Combining equation 4 and 5. All right, so remember our equation 4. So this is our equation 4 right here, which is 4y minus 16z equals to 1. So I'm going to be having it here. 4y minus 16z equals to 1. And then our equation 5 is 14y plus 4z equals to 1. All right, so we are just going to be using the concept of simultaneous equation right here. Okay, so to make it easier, because you're going to use this to get either your y or your z, whichever one. So to make it easier, what we want to do now is let's multiply this by 14, and then we'll multiply this, say, times 14 times 4. Okay, so what we want to do is, doing this will help us cancel y so that we can get our z. So if you should do that correctly, so 4 times 14 will give us 56y, and then 16z minus 16z multiplied by 14 will give us minus 224z, then equals to 14. So 1 times 14. So if you should do that here, so we are also going to be having 14 times 4, that will give us 56y, and then plus 16z equals to 4. All right, so with this now you can go ahead and subtract them from each other. So, and in doing so, this y will cancel each other, and we are going to be having minus 240z equals to 10. Okay, so if you should simplify this further, if you make z the subject formula, that means you are dividing both sides by minus 240. Okay, though that will be z equals to 10 over minus 240. Okay, and if you should simplify this, you are going to be having minus 1 over 24. All right, so with this now we've been able to get the value of our z, that our z or z is minus 1 over 24. Okay, so we've got to one of the values. Now the next thing is for us to get the value of x and y. Now since we already have z, we can easily substitute the value of z into any of the equations that have only z and y, or just z and x if there is any. All right, so now for this, now you can just go ahead and say substitute. So substitute the value of z into, let's see. So let's make use of equation 4. So let's see what our equation 4 looks like. Actually, we can also make use of equation 5. It all depends on you, but let's see. So this is our equation 4 right here. 4y minus 16z equals to 1. So let me just go ahead and write it here. So we have it to be 4y minus 16z equals to 1. So if you substitute the value of z as minus 1 over 2, so we are going to be having 4y minus 16 into brackets minus 1 over 24 equals to 1. All right, so if you simplify this further, we're going to be having 4y, and then this is going to be giving us plus 16 over 24. Remember, if you use this to multiply this, all right, equals to 1. All right, so that will be giving us 4y equals to 1 minus 16 over 24. So if you move this to the other side of the equals to sign, okay, all right. So, and this will give us 8 over 24, all right. So now we are having it as 4y is equals to 8 over 24. So we can just, divide both sides by 4. So that means we are going to be having our y will be equals to 8 over 24 divided by 4, all right, and that's same as 8 over 24 times 1 over 4. All right, so in doing this here, and this is 2, and this can divide this to be 1, and this can divide it to be 12. So with that, our y is equals to 1 over 12. So with this now, we've gotten the value for our y, we've gotten our value for z. Now for us to get x, so you can just simply put the value of y and z into any of the equation that has both y, z, and x, and then to get your answer. So for this now, you can say, so let's do this. So let's say substitute the value of z and y into, so you can use any of the equation, maybe 1, 2, or 3. So but for this, I want to make use of equation 3. All right, so remember what our equation 3 is. So our equation 3 is 3x plus 3y minus 3z equals to minus 1. All right, so if you have to substitute out this value, we are going to be having 3x into brackets. Okay, so before we put in the bracket, so 3x plus 3, so we already know our y to be 1 over 2 into brackets 1 over 12 rather, 1 over 12. Then we have minus 3, and then we have our z to be minus 1 over 24, right, equals to minus 1. Okay, so if you should simplify this, we are going to be having 3x plus, so this can divide this to be 4, that will be 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4, then we can have this to be plus, minus times minus, we have minus here, we have another minus here, so that will be plus, then this can divide this to be 8, so plus 1 over 8 equals to minus 1. All right, so moving forward, we can, at this point, you can just use your mathematical knowledge to simplify this. Okay, so we are having here to be 3x, so 1 over 4 plus 1 over 8 is going to give us 3 over 8. Okay, so we're going to be having plus 3 over 8 equals to minus 1. All right, so what I want to just do here is, so let's bring this to the other side of the equals to sign. So we are going to be having 3x equals to minus 1 minus 3 over 8. Okay, and if you should do this, if you look for the value of minus 1, so that's going to give us minus 11 over 8. So that means we are having our 3x to be equals to minus 11 over 8. So we can divide both sides by 3. So that means we are going to be having, okay, so if you should do that, we are going to be having x is equals to minus 8, sorry, is equals to minus 11 over 8 divided by 3, and that's same as having minus 11 over 8 times 1 over 3. Okay, so with that, we are having our x to be minus 11 over 24. Okay, so with this now, we've been able to get the value of our x, y, and z. So you can just indicate it at the end of the solution that your x is minus 11 over 24. Your y, so we got our y to be 1 over 2, and then we got our z to be minus 1 over 24. Okay, and this right here is the solution to this question. All right, so if you want to go through it again from the beginning, you can easily do so. If there's any part of the video that you don't understand, just go back and watch them again. And if you have any question or any doubts, do let me know in the comment section. So guys, if you find value, please give the video a thumbs up. Do make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are yet to. So in the next part of this video, we're going to be looking at another example. So guys, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.